Hey everyone, this is Christine and welcome to my channel. Usually I do some hauls and lifestyle things, but every now and then I'll push out a science theory video. Anyway, my newest one that I'm developing is on electrostatics and seed production. I know that kind of thing isn't for everyone, but this project is inspired off of that upcoming video. So this is my 5 top picks of alternative or underdeveloped energy technology. So if you're into it, sit back, relax, take your troubles to the door, and let's talk some energy alternatives with me. All right, see you on the other side. Because this was an inspired piece, of course, my number 1 pick is electrostatics, or at least the principles of it. And how are we going to do that? Through atmospheric energy capture. Okay, so what is electrostatics anyway? Well, it's basically when positive and negative charges are balanced. But the magic happens is when there is an imbalance. So let me explain. So if you take the Earth is generally negative or a 0 charge. And the higher up you go into the atmosphere, it becomes positively charged. So you might think of a balancing event being a lightning, and that's the kind of energy that we're talking about. Some of that energy can be captured through electrostatic or corona motors. It's the same thing. So what are some of the pros and cons of it? Well, some pros are that it's abundant and naturally occurring. Of course, it's 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's non-polluting. It has no known toxicities or emissions. And we already have the infrastructure of it. So think about that height. Radio, TV, commercial antennas, cell towers, skyscrapers, anything that's really over 1 meter, because that can produce at least 100 volts of electricity, and the power is convertible. Some cons might be because of that charge differential, it could produce sparks in inappropriate times and places, but that can be remedied through proper wiring, grounding, and setup. My number 2 pick, harvesting methane as fuel. Okay, so what's so special about this? And let's talk about it from the human perspective. So every day, an average person puts out about 1/4 pound of waste. Now, doing that worldwide, it means that we have about 8 billion pounds of the stuff every 4 days. And 60% of that can be converted into a methane. As part of the waste disposal process, that methane is just burned off mostly, and the other 40% is sold as fertilizer. We don't have to waste the liquid portion of the human waste as well, as nitrogen in the form of urea is a wonderful form of fertilizer. Methane and CO2 is also produced by landfills, but instead of being burned off, most parts, this is just being vented into the air. Now we can use the CO2 as well, as that can be converted into methanol and gasoline. Let's tackle methane cathrate or fire ice. These are ice crystals with natural methane locked inside. The deposits are enormous, with the energy stored in these methane hydrates compared to the world's coal, oil, and gas combined. Now combine this with other methane producing industries such as rice farming, biomass burning, coal mining, and livestock farming, and so much more. We have so much energy at our feet. Some pros may be, we generate it. It's a natural byproduct of our modern living. There's more jobs in research and development in this field. It has huge potential. And thirdly, the raw waste that we just dump into our waterways, we can clean up our environment and dispose it in better economic and beneficial ways. Some of the cons might be it's highly flammable, and the storage of it might be an issue. Now it is a greenhouse gas, so depending on if you're a global cooling person or a global warming person, it might be a hurt or a help. My 3rd pick, garbage distillation, or in specific, plastic pyrolysis. So basically it's a reverse engineering of crude oil that is distilled into different products, and one of them being plastic, and that plastic can be distilled into a crude oil, and then it starts the process all over again. What are some of the pros? We generate it, and we generate a lot of it. Fuels that can be made from it is hydrogen, liquid oil or diesel, hydrocarbons like kerosene, butane, and propane. Or we can use it in heating systems, stoves, and vehicles. It promotes recycling of the materials and the concept of circular economies. It cleans up the environment, and also a cleaner environment promotes more social and personal ease. Some of the cons: it's not a clean source of energy. Through its processing, it might release pollutants such as nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide, and through the processing of hydrocarbons might have a higher exhaust emissions than diesel. My fourth pick is Stirling engines. So this engine produces energy by displacing the volume of air or fluid between hot and cold zones. Let's go over some pros. These are engines that experience less wear and tear. They produce less noise, and the construction is easier. They offer better performance. They are capable of approaching the theoretical maximum known as the Carnot performance, and its fuel is versatile. So say you can use gasoline, diesel, burning wood, coal, gas, biogas, methane, solar, and nuclear. Sky's the limit with this one, as opposed to other engines that use gasoline or diesel. Some of the disadvantages: they occupy a greater volume and weight than combustion engines. They have a higher initial cost. They have a slower start, so if you need a rapid start or a change of speed, this can be used for that application. And they could be more dangerous, so you have to use the correct lubricants and or working gases. The last one on the list, hydrogen technology. Okay, so this is a wide range of technologies, but if it's developed into the commercial sector, it's going to decimate all current power production industry that we know. Many countries are developing this technology, such as Japan, South Korea, and of course the United States. So let's talk about some of the companies that's bringing this technology about. Helion with its Carnot generator, Lockheed Martin through its Skunk Works, both of these are compact fusion reactors, Ariane with its Sapphire reactor, and this one's a medium heat plasma reactor. There are many pros to this one. Hydrogen is practically a clean source of energy and has no known side effects, emissions, or toxins. It's abundant. Hydrogen is 75% of the known universe and can power human needs for billions of years. It can also be produced from methane, biogas, gasoline, coal, and water, just to name a few. Some of these reactors can be retrofit to our current power plants, and after hydrogen is utilized, it can be converted into drinking water. It can be used as a heating source. It is more efficient than other forms of energy and is 3 times more potent than gasoline. Some of the cons: hydrogen is highly flammable. It may be difficult to store, and because of its volatility, it might be risky to use and work around, especially when it lacks smell and is hard to detect if there's a leak. The current technology is expensive, and much of the technology is inaccessible since much of it is classified and is being developed for space and military applications. Those were my top 5 picks. So what do you think? If we develop these industries, there's no reason why we can't have an abundant energy future. Okay, that's it for this video, so hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you the next time. Bye.